Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is me, Alicia. If this is your first time here, and if not, welcome back. All right, so before we get into the details of today's video, big ups to Cricut for sponsoring today's video. Cricut has been a major key factor in helping me brand my small business, and I figured if I know the tea, you guys should also know the tea. So once again, big ups to Cricut for sponsoring today's video, and let's get into it. All right, so first question is, how did I start my business? And my business was basically started because of you guys, actually. So for those that don't know, I make my own bracelets, and I've always made them. I didn't really see what I liked in the store, so I bought my own raw materials and made them myself. And every time I would post on Instagram or YouTube, I always got the question, where you get your bracelets from? Oh my God, you make them, you should start selling them. And so that's exactly what I did. In January of 2020, I started Fearless Jewelry, and I made handmade bracelets, one of a kind. And I think that's one of the things that I like to do going into business, is to find that little thing that sets you apart from other people. And so what set Fearless Jewelry apart from every other jewelry company is that every single bracelet set is one of a kind. I'm never gonna make the same set twice. You're never gonna find it again. I'm never gonna remake it. And so when you buy a bracelet set from me, you're buying a set knowing that it is just as unique as your DNA. And so that was what I started in January of 2020. Sold out every month, and so I eventually wanted to like add on things. And so later in the year, I started selling gold-filled necklaces, and I wanted there to be a situation where you could have jewelry that you could live in. So sweat, get wet, go on vacation, work out, all that kind of stuff. And so that was also successful, selling out and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, you know what? And I told my husband, I was like, I love this. I said, but I said, if I had my dream product, I want to sell fedoras. And he looked at me, he was like, that actually fits you perfectly, because you guys know how I feel about, like, there's videos of me making outfits and stuff with fedoras, because it's just something about a fedora that elevates an outfit. I just loved it. So October 2020, we started sourcing, or trying to source, a fedora. And I wanted my fedora specifically for women, or for people in general that have a lot of hair that still want to be stylish. And what I found in that market was that either the hats were not big enough to satisfy all of the hair that we have on our heads, or if they were, you're looking at a $150, $200 hat. And I wanted to be able to make it affordable while also chic, stylish, and durable. So after sourcing, we finally found a vendor. And April 21, Fearless Jewelry became the LivinFearless collection. So I had to rename and rebrand to be able to fit all the things that I now have under the collection. To say that it was a success would be an understatement. I thought I had more than enough inventory. Like, I had hundreds of hats in my hat. My husband was like, it's not gonna be enough. You know how your people are with hats. And he was correct, it wasn't enough. But it was so successful that I just kind of got lost in the fact that every hat that was going out didn't have my name on it. Like, I was sending a card. Let me show you the card. So this is the card that came with every order, and it has, the Fearless fedoras, and it has a thank you. And I told my husband, I was like, but I'm sending a card. He was like, yeah, but have you ever kept cards with stuff that you buy online? No, you open the box, trash everything, and you keep the item. So he's like, you need to find a way to brand your hat so that if somebody borrows a friend's hat, or if someone decides to sell it somewhere, that they still know that it's your hat. And I was like, all right. So we went down the whole process, and we were trying to find like different tags that we can put in the hat, or different ways that we could glue stuff in the hat. And it just wasn't working with the way that the hats were shaped, with the way the hats were bent. It just wasn't working. I'm like, I really want to brand my hat. I just don't know how. And so I literally went online on YouTube, and I said, small business branding. And I'm kid you not, one of the first or second videos that came up was Cricut. And I was like, so now I'm intrigued. Now I'm going down a pipeline. I'm going down a rabbit hole. And in my head, it didn't dawn on me that I could use a Cricut machine to not only create my labels, but then I could also get a heat press machine to heat press the same way you heat press a t-shirt, to heat press a label into my hat. That way it never comes off. And that way, if there's a tag, because first of all, we were gluing the tags in there. It wasn't really working, but I was like, is this the answer to my problems? And it was. So I just want to introduce you guys to basically the process that I use to create my labels. I'm going to show you a hat that has a label in it, and then we're going to go over to my desk and show you guys how I create the labels. Let's get started. All right, so we have moved from the couch to the desk. I've got my Cricut here. I'm going to show you guys when it starts, and I've got my computer set up here. What I like to do is I like to create my labels in bulk so that once I get like a new shipment of hats in, I don't have to do this process every single time. So I like to sit down probably once a month, create all of them in bulk, and then as I get new hats in, it's as simple as taking one of the labels off and then heat pressing it to the hat. So an example, this is what we're creating. So let me show you. This is the fedora. She's adorable. This is our Merlot. You see how she's empty? So if someone were to give you this hat, you'd be like, oh, nice hat. But there's nothing in here, you know? We have created a label that says LF Collection. And so if you go online and you Google LF Collection, our website will come up. So I like it that now we have something that regardless of how many times you wear the hat, our label stays in there. I'm very excited about it. So, all right, so I'm gonna pull up the Cricut design space. This is just something that's easily downloadable from the World Wide Web. And it has my name. If I go under my projects, because I already have this saved as a template. Side note, I also made Christmas sweaters for the family. So Cricut does everything. So I made Christmas sweaters that said Merry, Merry, Merry Christmas. Anyway, we're gonna open up the project, and it just has the LF collection, and it's just a copy and paste of all the labels. And so down here, what I like about it is that we don't have to start this process all over again. So I'm gonna click make it over here. All right, so while that's getting ready, I'm gonna get the paper ready, and we're gonna turn on our lovely Cricut machine. So the paper that I'm using is the Smart Iron-On. I like it because there's no mat needed. So looks like that's ready. Let's start our machine. Get excited. Okay, let me turn you around so you can see it. All right, so this is the machine. This is the paper. The computer is ready, so all we have to do is load it. So we want to make sure that we load, so you see the matte side to the shiny side. So we're going to load this with the shiny side down. Press this button that's blinking. Ready? And then once that's done, we're going to press the next button. And now it does its thing.
When I go to roll our hips and take a sip on it, take a trip on it. When I go, you can go slow. Wind it up all night, baby, take your time. Let me know I want. When you turn me around, when the neighbors yell turn down, we keep it going.
All right, so she is all done. It took, I don't know, maybe about 10 minutes to get all this done. I immediately like to close my machine back because I have a habit of leaving it open. You see it just went off. So I don't know if you can see it. I'm going to basically start cutting. So I only used about this much of the paper, and I want to say I have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11. So I have 11, and then I have 3 rows. So I have 33 labels on this. So that's enough there. So I'm going to use my Cricut scissors to cut this. And that's why I like to use a lot of natural light, because I am cutting on white paper. It can get a little hard to see. Okay. So, and normally I can get about 4 or 5 out of 1 roll of paper. So I can get about 120 to 150 labels on just one of these vinyl sheets, which is pretty good. All right, I'm gonna cut out these labels individually, and then I'm gonna show you how I basically take away the excess part, and then we're going to heat press the fedora.
Pump Boom, boom. Throw it back, then rotation. Flick a wrist and just season. Shine bright as that season. Girl, you know you are a jam, 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 jam. Jam, jam, jam.
All right, so here are all of my labels that I'm going to be putting away. This is the one that we're going to be using to make the fedora. And so basically I'm going to take this little picker and get rid of all of the excess that I don't want to show on the fedora. So
Jam, 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 jam. Sounding like you're wasting every time. Jam, 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 jam. Jam, 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 jam. Jam, 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 jam. Sounding like you're wasting every time. We know like me. We know shine bright like royalty. We know sticky, but they guarantee. And why? So kinda.
all right, so we are in our lab, aka the kitchen portion of the office, getting ready to put on our fedora branding. So we have our hat. I'm going to place the label inside like that. And then I'm going to take this really, really small and dainty heat press, and we're literally just gonna press it. I like to do anywhere between 5 to 10 seconds. They say less time than that, but I like to make sure because you can't redo it. Like the label is the label. So, all right, so we have done that, and I like how you can see it's like already starting to come off. I just peel it, and you have your own label. I'm so excited, and this you can just trash it. And that is how we label our fedoras. All right, so guys, that is it for today's video. Like I said earlier in the video, big ups to Cricut for sponsoring today's video. I will go ahead and link absolutely everything that I showed you guys. All of it is by Cricut, but it's just such a peace of mind that I know that I can brand my fedoras without having to worry about a tag coming off or a tag falling off or customers discarding thank you cards, because I do it all the time. And so for the fact that my brand stays with my products, it just means a lot. So I'll make sure that I link absolutely everything that I can. I've seen people use Cricut for t-shirt designs and art deco and tumblers and coffee mugs and basically every kind of stuff. So I'll make sure to link absolutely everything that I used in this video. If you have made it to the end of this video and you have not subscribed, please don't forget to subscribe. Also click the notification bell so you don't miss any videos from me. While you're here, guys, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, do all the things that the other YouTubers tell you to do. And I'm gonna catch you guys later. Bye.